Hello again, it's Miss D. Today we'll be looking at how a table can help us solve problems involving two-step conversion of units. So let's go ahead and get started by looking at slide C. So here it says, look at the diagram above. How could this model help you to find how many cups are in 3 quarts, 1 pint? So go ahead and solve this question. When you're ready, you can go ahead and unpause. So what did you get? Did you see that the diagram can help us to find where the 3 quarts end? So we can see here the 3 quarts end, right? And matching up with the cup line, we could see that each quart, if we look at each quart here, has 4 cups. So 3 quarts has 12 cups. Now, that's how much it is for the 3 quarts, but don't forget it also said 3 quarts, 1 pint. So if we take a look at what 1 pint is 2 more cups. So the 12 cups plus the 2 cups will give us our total of 14 cups. So 3 quarts, 1 pint is equivalent to 14 cups. So let's take what we did in this slide here and the diagram, which really helped us solve this problem, to the next slide. So here on slide D, we're going to be doing a 3 reads, and we're going to be using that previous diagram to help us along the way. So let's get started. So the first part is just reading the what we have here and answering the question, what is happening in the story. So Brandon made 5 gallons of iced tea for his party. Go ahead and answer this first question. What is happening in the story? When you're ready, you can go ahead and unpause. So what's happening? Brandon is making iced tea for a party, right? Why weren't we invited, huh? All right, great job, guys. We're going to go ahead and read it a second time, and we're going to be answering these 2 questions next. Brandon made 5 gallons of iced tea for his party. What are the quantities in this problem, and what relationships exist? Go ahead and answer those 2 questions. When you're ready, you can go ahead and unpause. So what were the quantities you came up with? Did you see that we have 1 person, right? We have Brandon. We can measure the gallons, right? There are 5 gallons. And we also know that a party is going to be more than 1 person, right? I don't think Brandon's having a party for himself and drinking 5 gallons of iced tea all by himself, right? So there are going to be more people at this party. How about the relationships? What relationships exist? Thinking about the previous slide, we can break down gallons into other units, right? 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts, 1 gallon is equal to 8 pints, and 1 gallon is equal to 16 cups. All right, let's go ahead and do the final read. Brandon made 5 gallons of iced tea for his party. What are some mathematical questions you could ask about this problem? So go ahead and come up with some questions that we can answer based off of what we have here. When you're ready, go ahead and unpause. So what were some questions you came up with? Did you ask how many quarts are in 5 gallons, or how many pints are in 5 gallons? Or maybe you asked how many cups are in 5 gallons. Those are all great questions. Let's go ahead and see what the actual question for this problem is. So let's go ahead to the next slide. All right, let's read this problem one final time. It says, Brandon made 5 gallons of iced tea for his party. How many cups of iced tea can he serve? So let's think about it. We're going from what unit to what unit? So we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit. Yeah, we're going from gallons to cups. So if we go back to that previous slide that we saw in the beginning, I kind of changed it up a little bit. And here we have that 1 gallon, and we see the relationship between the gallons and the cups. So this diagram here might help you solve this problem. Go ahead and solve it. When you're ready, you can go ahead and unpause. All right, so let's go ahead and try and tackle this problem now. So this little diagram shows us that 1 gallon is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 cups. So we know that 1 gallon is equal to 16 cups. So how can that help us solve it? Well, if we know that 1 cup is 16, if we could create a table to kind of guide our thinking here. So if we go ahead and create a table, gallons, right, and cups. 1 gallon is 16 cups. That would mean that 2 gallons would be double that amount, 32. And then for 3 gallons, we could add another 16 here, so we would get 48. And then we could double 32, right, because 2 gallons doubled would be 4 gallons, so we just double the amount of cups, which would give us 64. And then for 5 cups, we could even go ahead and add 2 gallons and 3 gallons. That would give us 5 gallons, right? We could add 4 gallons and 1 gallon, right? And that would give us 80 cups. Is that what you got? Great. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see how some students solve this problem. So here on slide H, we have samples from student A and student B. I want you to take a moment and answer these 3 questions here. So how is student A's thinking similar to student B's? How is it different? And what mathematical conclusions can you draw about solving problems involving a 2-step conversion? So go ahead and answer these questions. When you're ready, you can go ahead and unpause. All right, so what did you notice? How is their work kind of similar? So they both converted the gallons into smaller units to help them find how many cups are in 5 gallons. You'll notice here that student A broke down gallons into quarts, and then from quarts went to cups. You see that student B broke down 5 gallons into 1 gallon, and then went into quarts and cups. How is their thinking different? Student A broke down the gallons into quarts and then converted the quarts into cups, right? And student B found how many cups are in 1 gallon and then multiplied that by 5 gallons. So we see that 1 gallon has 4 cups, which is in total, 1 gallon has 4 groups of 4 cups, which is 16 cups. And then they multiplied 5 by those 16 cups. And lastly, what mathematical conclusions can you draw about solving problems involving 2-step conversion? So when converting from a larger unit to a smaller unit, you need to multiply the larger unit by how many smaller units make up that larger unit. For example, to go from gallons to cups, we know that 1 gallon equals 60 cups. So to find how many cups are in 5 gallons, we can multiply the 5 by the 16 cups in 1 gallon to get 80 cups. 5 gallons times 16 gives us 80 cups. You can also go ahead and do what student A and student B did, which was to find out how many quarts are in 5 gallons and then multiply those quarts by 4 cups, since each quart has 4 cups. Or you could have done what student B did, which was find how many cups are in 1 gallon. There's 16 cups in 1 gallon. And then multiply the 16 by the 5 gallons. All right, guys, I hope that this helped you figure out how you can use a table to solve problems involving 2-step conversion of units. Great job today. I'll see you next time.